We are at the Pikto Gallery right now. It's the Color of the Night exhibit. It's Richard Beland's photo retrospective, if you will, on the Tragically Hip. And we're joined by the photographer himself. Richard, what got you involved with the Tragically Hip initially, and why this band?
Well, I guess I've been a fan of their music for the longest time, and I actually was in Belgium shooting a festival for another band, Faith No More, and it was a festival bill. There was 9 bands: Metallica, Neil Young, Lenny Kravitz, and the Tragically Hip were on the bill. So that was the first time I'd photographed them, and it kind of just started from there, and it started rolling from there, and now I'm over 100 shows, 13 years down the road.
Looking around at your work, you've caught them in some very intimate moments as well as some ultra-public moments. Is there one moment that stands out for you above all else?
Oh, good Lord.
I know.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Well, I have to say one of my favorite times is when we did publicity photos for the In Between Evolution record, the last record, and we did the publicity photos in the rehearsal space. So I think to keep the band comfortable, we just had them play in this little tiny space. You can see the shot over there.
Do you get in awe at all of the connection that this band has with their audience? Even when you shoot them, I'd imagine in the United States you see a lot of Canadian flags.
Definitely, yeah. I find myself in awe of it, and it's admirable, it's inspiring, it's amazing. It's something that I don't see with a lot of other bands, or as many other bands, you know. So,
will you take us on a tour?
I'd be happy to.
Let's do it. So here's another example of the hip meets hockey. This is what I was referring to. I mean, at first glance, this looks like an NHL logo, but it's the Tragically Hip, of course. And this is your poster,
yep,
your creation for this particular exhibit. As you can see, it runs until November the 26th, so if you have the opportunity, come down and see it, because these photographs will be amazing on this piece, but you really got to see this work for yourself. The colors are amazing. Your inspiration here, is this that photo that sort of got it all started for you, or?
Definitely, that's a photo that got it all started, and I guess of all the shots I have of the Tragically Hip, it's probably the one that's been used the most known. Gord's used it for publicity for himself as well. Of all the shows I'd done, I wanted to show individual shots of each band member, and trying to narrow it down to just, you know, a few shots of each was really, really difficult, and in the end I ended up choosing 2 of each member, and I've put them basically in the order they stand on the stage as well, because I think if a fan comes in, it feels a little more cohesive, because you're used to seeing them in that context.
It would be odd if Paul was where Gord Sinclair was supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it would throw you off a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
interesting.
And I tried to pick 2 shots of each member that really kind of show their character, and also photographically and aesthetically, I believe they're great photos, you know.
What's behind the collage?
The collages, I think, are kind of centerpieces of the whole show. One shows just all kind of backstage sound check, kind of oddities. The other one's all concert stuff. And you're right, because I'd shot over 100 shows, I wanted to show so much, but there's just not enough wall space. So the only way I could really do it is in a collage form. And each one has over 230 shots.
Let's see the ones upstairs.
Okay. I actually took this out back of the Horseshoe. We did the shoot that day, the Chart magazine, in the Horseshoe, and I try and pick locations that make people feel comfortable. I don't really like to shoot in a studio if I don't have to. Yeah. So the Horseshoe, I knew that, you know, the Hip had beginnings there, and it just kind of has that rock and roll vibe. And then we went outside. It was really cloudy out. It's all available light, and we just shot against the wall out back, and we'd done a whole series of shots, and this was just, I think it's just a moment. It wasn't really a posed shot.
You captured it because there's movement here, right? Like he's not posing.
No.
It's a moment with him.
Yeah. These guys are great guys, and they're pretty normal people, but they're also an important part of Canadian music history, and that can't be overlooked. And I'm the guy that's documenting it to some extent, and I'm pretty proud to be involved with it, but I think there's going to be historical value in it in 20 years down the road. Someone's going to want to look back and, wow, what were the Tragically Hip at that point? And, well, I'm going to have the collection.
So now the tough question. Color of the Night.
Color of the Night.
Where does that come from? It would be hard to put a name to this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Color of the Night is I stole, it's part of a lyric from one of the songs off of the In Violet Light album, and that was the one that I was involved with the artwork, so there's a bit of tie-in there. But I think Color of the Night is also, it links directly to rock concerts at night, in this case, the Tragically Hip.
This stuff is amazing, really.
Excellent.
It's blown me away. I thought I'd seen everything on the Tragically Hip, and I certainly have not until here, and I think I want to buy this picture. So thank you very much, Richard.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Oh,
We'll
thank
see
you
you again
so
soon.
much.
All right, that's it.
Leafs TV is changing the way you can see your Maple Leafs with a new exciting schedule, including games in high definition, behind-the-scenes access, daily updates, and be a part of the action for all home games at Leafs TV HQ at Gate 1 before and after the game. Leafs TV, official station, Leafs Nation.